Johnette's Garden Club is brought to you by Aiken's Nursery and Landscaping.
If you have indica azaleas, the kind that get really large and bloom only once in the spring, then you have likely struggled with lace bugs. They're tiny bugs that feed on the underside of leaves and can eventually cause them to look bleached if the infestation gets bad enough. In this segment of Johnette's Garden Club, you'll learn how to recognize and get rid of lace bugs.
Hi everybody, I'm here with Mark Wilson from the LSU Ag Center, and we're actually at the Shreveport Chamber of Commerce because the azaleas that we planted this year have a problem, and it's a common problem, right?
Yes.
Lace bugs.
So it's a very common issue. All azaleas can get it. It's a very small little insect. Lands typically hides on the back of the leaves. You don't notice it early on in the spring when they're actually out and active, but at the fall is when we start noticing it. It's because of the damage. You start off with a really healthy leaf. As the season progresses, they start to feed. They're pulling the nutrients out of the back of the leaf. And then by the time we notice it, normally it's in this last stage where it starts to turn yellow, white, and looking like it's almost speckled. And that's because they've basically pulled all the liquids and all the nutrients out of that leaf. The good news is, it's fine. The plant will survive. Come spring, we can treat it with an insecticide, a systemic, like imidacloprid. We can treat all of our landscape plants. You can get that almost anywhere. But don't worry so much about these leaves. The leaves will fall off, and come spring, they'll put out that brand new flush. That'll all be nice and healthy. So this is not a troubling sign right now. It'll work its way through and live through it.
Okay, so when you say spray in the spring, when are we talking about? What month?
So once it starts to kind of leaf out in March is typically when we start seeing spring leaf out. March, April. That's when it's not really a spray. In this case, it's a soil drench. It's a systemic. So you'll pour it all over the ground near the plant, and it'll absorb it through the roots, and it's like a booster shot. So once a year you'll do this, and it'll take care of almost all your landscape plants, from your shrubs, your trees, any insect issues you may have.
All right, great news. It's so distressing to see that, but good to know that it's not that serious. For KTBS 3 News, I'm Johnette Magner.
All right, thanks, Johnette. And to learn more about gardening here in the Arklatex, just visit our website. That's ktbs.com/gardenclub.